Welcome all my little smelly little hairy armpits. How are you all doing? Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I've changed the front room. It's not completely done. You know me, I never get everything done in one hit, but I've got the majority of it done and it's taken me flipping ages, but I'm loving the results. So I'm going to share with you me trying to get this front room sorted. I was like, yeah, I can do it in a day. No, I couldn't. I couldn't do it in a day. But anyway, I went to Dunelm and I found this. This is what I've always wanted. But the only thing about this is that I wish the light bulbs were facing upwards. So me and Nick are on a mission to have a look and see if we can flip it. It's doable. Just got to look at the best way of doing it. And I'm going to change the bulbs to either a dimmer switch. We've got a dimmer switch. Or change the bulbs so that they're not as bright because it's very, very bright. But anyway, got some paint, went to Wix, and I want to do this green. Now, you might not think that's quite a dark green. That's not dark. It's not Gothic green. But let me tell you, this room is small. It's very small. It's very, very small. This is the old paintwork that I didn't complete. Look at the state of it. Look, that's what I didn't finish. You know why I didn't finish it? Because it's not really what I wanted. Otherwise I would have done, wouldn't I? Yeah, if I really wanted it, I would have finished it. But obviously it was an in-the-moment thing where I was like, yeah, I want it like this. And then I changed my mind. It's so satisfying when you put on a rich, strong colour onto the wall and you watch it going on. You're like, oh, I'm doing it. Look at me go. I'm doing it. Right. So yeah, but once you have it on all the walls, well, how many walls? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4 walls? There's not 4 walls. That be. What is that noise? Oh, it's the outside. I don't know if you heard that weird noise. Yeah, 3 walls. It does darken the room, and I have got my ceiling painted in olive green as well, so it is darkening it. But the changes that I want to add to this front room are going to make it even darker in the future. So I kind of want to be careful with what green I choose. I was in the aisle at Wix for about, oh my gosh, I'd say just under 30 minutes in that one aisle, going through all the greens. Like, oh, I want this one. I want this one. Pine needle. If you see pine needle paint, oh my goodness, mate, it's absolutely beautiful. And that was the one I wanted, but I knew it'd be too dark. That is the exact green I wanted to get, but I knew that it would just be far too dark. So I've gone for estate green. It's darker on the second application and it's darker when it dries. So yeah, and it fits really, really well. And with what I've got planned for in here, it's a good egg. It's a really good green egg. But I thought, well, I'm going to start with this corner because this is where the guinea pigs are, and I wanted to get this corner done while they're out in the sunshine as quick as possible, so that they're not outside for too long and it can dry and defume out the window and this, that and the other before they come in. So I wanted to get this done first and go around doing the corners. It's the worst blooming bit, isn't it? It's the worst bit. There is nothing more miserable in your life than when you start painting the edges of a room. It's diabolical. I couldn't. Oh my gosh. It took me 8 hours on the second day to do the rest of it. I'll show you when I'm at that point of start of 8 hours. This bit took me about 2 hours. It was miserable. It was, yeah, I'm not going to go into it too much. But anyway, it was worth it in the end because this is what I've really, really wanted. And look at the old paint behind my fireplace thing. It's not even a fireplace, is it? It's meant to be. But it's been bricked up. Bricked. Yes, and I've searched how much it's going to cost to have that knocked through. And I'm like, I ain't paying that. I'm not paying it. It's not, no. I mean, I'd like to. But when I've got so much other stuff to think of, like, you know, I want to sort my bathroom out. Have you seen it? I want to sort the kitchen out. So I'm like, no, I'd rather put that as a high priority. You know, once everything's done, that's like a luxury, is to have that knocked through and done. Whereas everything else is kind of like essential. But anyway, at the end of this painting, I was like, I really, really want to get the skirting boards painted. So I'm going to get the same green and put it on the skirting boards because I don't want to do it with this paint. It's not going to last, is it? It's not the right paint. You need the right paint for it. Yes, that's my dog growling at the postman. Like, if there is a postman, like anyone can knock at the door, but for some reason he knows when it's a postman, and he will let the postman know that no, they are not allowed to bring strange objects into his home. So he will growl his head off. But the funny thing is, I answer the door and he'll be like, oh, stroke me. I'm like, what are you doing? You are the most weirdest dog. Anyway, so Nick and Oscar were watching the motorbike, whatever it is that brand's at. So I was like, I'm not interested in that. But it's so funny. You'll see the TV switch every time Nick went out the room to go and do something. I was like, oh, it must have ended. It hadn't ended. Oh, lad, it hadn't ended. He'd walk in and go, what? Why have you done it? I kept putting Sabaton on. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I just, it motivates me. I will say it gets me going. It gets me on the move. But once I did all the edges, I started to do the first coat of the roll. I didn't do a second coat this night because it was starting to get a bit chilly outside. And I thought the pigs have been out there for too long. They've been out too long. I have to get them in. It's not fair on them. So, yeah, I brought them back in. And I didn't put them fully in this corner because, basically I didn't want to scratch the paint when I was putting their house back. So I was like, wait, you just got to stick out a bit tonight, boys. You're going to have to stick out. But if you're thinking of painting your front room or whatever, Sabaton's on, look. Yeah. Honestly, no one's safe in this house. No one. If there's a TV going, if there's a stereo going, if there's a phone going, I'll make use of it. Yes, I will. Yeah, so if you're thinking of painting any room in your house and you're like that, I really want it like this, but I just can't face it. It's so worth it. I mean, it is miserable. I'm with you on that. It's the most depressing. He's come in, he's changed it over. How dare he? How dare he? But yeah, it is worth it in the end. And then you can sit back and go like, oh, I haven't got to do it now and I've got it how I want it. Now, you're going to think I'm mad because I'm using outdoor paint. But I really want to change the frame here from the green that I've got on there. Where's it green? No, it's hazel. I put hazel on it. I'm getting rid of the hazel and I want to make it a bit more Gothic-y. It's not complete because I'm still in two minds about how I want to finish it. So I've put on 2 coats of this outdoor grey, and I'm feeling like I want to do some sort of pattern. Let me know what you think, but I'm feeling like I want to do something with black. Either like cotton woolly, like dab it and like do a pattern over it or something, or maybe paint with a very fine paintbrush, just paint like swirls and stuff on there. I don't know. Or maybe like upside down crosses, like upside down crosses, like scattered. I don't know. Ideas popping in all over my head, and yeah, so I'm not touching it. I'm just leaving it as I've done it for now. That was wet and drying for the next coat that I just showed you. So as I'm going, obviously hoovering, wiping, I am now starting the 8-hour hell is what I'm starting right now. Got those little plastic trays that you can fit inside your roller tray. Nice and easy. So because I didn't wash it, did I? But I bagged up the roller so it was still nice and wet. It was good to go. And the brush. But I didn't sort out the tray, so I just stuck a little plastic liner in it, and that was a lot better than using a carry bag, to be fair. Less messy. So a massive part of me just wanted to crack on and do the second coat in that corner. As you can see, on the first coat, it looks absolutely awful. But I was like, no, plough on. And I will say, if you are going to paint, the best thing you can do is do the worst part of the room first. It really is, because you'll be so tired from doing all the other bits. You'll be like, oh God, I'm getting bored of this now. That the worst part of the room is going to be even more uninviting. But if you do it first, you're winning, because you can look back and go, I've done that bit. You bastard. I hate that bit of the room. And for me, it's the window. Always has been, always will be. I absolutely hate doing the window. Now, I know I should take the TV off the wall, and I will at some point because I've got so much paint left. But Nick is snowed under with work at the moment, and I'm not one that's going to wait around and be like, okay, when you get back, can we take the TV off the wall so I can just roll it all? No, I want it done. So I'm just painting as far in behind that TV as my hands can reach. and then, yeah, can't see it. But at some point I will say, come on then. Actually, I'm thinking of moving this TV off this wall, and I want to have it in a corner, coming off the wall, because I feel like it's where the TV is there, it's restricting how I can lay out the front room. It's kind of like it's on that pillar bit in the middle, and you're just like, no, I could do so much more if the TV wasn't there. To be fair, I could do so much more if the room was bigger, but that's not going to happen. It's not happening in my situation. Oh, look at me, for God's sake. Sometimes I'm just like, I just get stuck in my own little bubble when I'm doing these things. And I always say to myself, while I'm filming and I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing in front of the camera, like painting the wall, I'm like, I'll cut that bit out. I remember to cut that bit out. And I'm not joking. If you edit videos, you know how miserable it is. I sit there and I'm like, I'll just edit this. And I'm like, no, just speed it up. I can't be bothered. I can't. And that sounds really lazy. It sounds lazy. I know it does. But I genuinely hate editing. What do I like doing? Oh, let me think. What do I like doing? Eating, listening to music, shopping, preferably online because I absolutely hate crowds. Designing stuff. Love designing stuff. Don't even know how I've got onto this, but it's probably because I keep complaining that it's diabolical and I hate it. But I'm feeling a lot better. So I really appreciate everyone's comments previously in my last video, because I was saying about how I was feeling about myself, this, that and the other. And I think a lot of you are right. It was a case of feeling down. Like when you've gone on holiday and you feel really like, yay, you're on holiday, and you come back and then you get those blues. I feel like that's what's happened, because I'm looking back on it and I'm like, I feel all right. I'm all right now. I've come through it. And haven't I just cleaned out down the back here? Haven't I? Yes, you are my witnesses. I have just cleaned out down the back of this sofa, and I've just found bourbon biscuits, penguin wrappers, Monster Munch wrappers, and loads of drawings that obviously they didn't want to keep, so they've just chucked them back there. I know who's doing it. I know which one of my boys is doing it. I shall not name him on here, but I know which one it is. Yes. So with the first coat being on, I'm going in to do the second coat once I've done the edges of around the window, which was horrible. And I was very, very pleased when that was done. I was like, oh, thank goodness for that. And then I thought to myself, oh no, I've got to do it again, and I do a second coat. I don't want to go round and do all these edges. Honestly, these walls have had more attention than any. I've touched these walls more times than I've wiped my own backside in the last month. Yes, I can smell beef casserole cooking at the moment. I've got a beef casserole sitting in my slow cooker. I can't wait to eat that tonight. But actually, my nephew's girlfriend, I went round to see them the other week, and she said something about slow cookers, and I was like, you know, you're actually right there. You're right. Because, can I just add, I didn't use any tape for these walls. Those straight lines are mine and mine alone. I have got a steady hand. A steady hand. Didn't use tape once in this room. Absolutely not. No tip tape is coming out to play on my painting. Yes. But she said to me, she's like, you know, it is nice having a slow cooker, but when you smell it all day and you're really, really hungry, by the time you go to eat it, you don't really fancy it because you've been sniffing it all day. So basically you are tasting it, aren't you? Smell it, taste it. Yes. And I think she's quite right there. I reckon come, I don't know what time tonight, 4 or 5 o'clock, when it's time to dish it up with me big dumplings and me. Oh, you've got to put baby potatoes in your casserole. Baby potatoes in the casserole, and all the sauce absorbs into the potato. Oh my God, it is so good. But yeah, it'll probably come tonight, and I'll be like, I don't really fancy it now. I'll eat the potatoes, and you know. No, I will. I'll eat it because I'm going to be absolutely starving. But I'm going on the second coat at the top of the TV. Look at the difference. Look, 1 coat, 2 coat. Yeah, it's looking so much nicer. I've got things I need to put on the wall. Like I showed you those pictures, the photo thing we've got. I want to put that on the wall, but I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I've got no drill. Our drill is knackered. It's had its day. It's definitely not coming out to play. So I need to buy a drill, but I need to get a really good drill, which I think is going to cost me a bit, because our walls, I'm not joking, they are solid concrete. And and I'd probably use the drill once and it'll break. And that's like, even if I spent like 200 quid on a drill, I reckon it'll break it. These walls, yeah, they're sturdy. There ain't no Mr. Wolf coming and knock these walls down unless they're called Mr. Broaden. And then I shall open up my walls very, very quickly for him. I will. You do not need to huff and puff. You do not need to do anything, young man. You just need to turn up. Yes. Where did that come from? Anyway, what was I going to say? I was talking to Ria. You all know Ria. You all love Ria. Bless her heart. I was chatting to her on the phone the other week, and she said about the walls being concrete as well. I think she's got the same problem. She used No More Nails. So when I bought No More Nails today, I bought the wrong one, mind you, because I was in Sainsbury's. Where else would I be other than Sainsbury's? Flipping living there. Yes, they've got a really nice basket in there I want to get. Oh, it looks so nice in here. It will look so nice. You know, when you clench all over. Oh yeah, YouTube sent me a 20-year t-shirt thing. I think it's like 20 years of YouTube, is it? Is it 20? I thought it was more than that. But anyway, he sent me a t-shirt. I was like, thank you very much. I shall wear. I'll probably save it for my DIYs, me painting. I'm just going to screw this to the wall. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, No More Nails. I went in Sainsbury's and I was like, oh, I'll grab some No More Nails and I can put my little penny farthing on the wall. And I'm in there and I'm like, right, I'll get this one. I'll take you home. Popped it in my basket. I was very happy with myself as I was walking around thinking, yes, I shall do that when I get back. Bought the wrong one. I just wanted the one that I could just open, squeeze a bit of the glue on and put the cap back on. I haven't brought that one, have I? I've bought the one that goes in the gun. And those things I never use fully. I will use it. It will just keep squirting and squirting and squirting out the gun. So I end up putting the whole thing in the bin, gun included. That's how I am. Can't help it. It frustrates me too much. And my brain can't deal with it. So I'm pulling this out at the moment because well, obviously I've got paint around there, but I've also got to clear it because I've brought in Sainsbury's again some baskets to go on here. Then they've got all their those wicker style, but they're plastic baskets. I've got the solid plastic though, I'll add, not flimsy. No, Sainsbury's do not produce the flimsy stuff. Sainsbury's are the best, and Sainsbury's is apparently got the cheapest fuel in Sussex. There we go, just adding that in there. Yeah. I got these baskets. They were £7 something down to £2.99 with lids. And they go perfectly. So I've got 4 of those to put in here in the cube. The cube! And then it will just tidy up all the junk that keeps collecting on there, which is much, much better. There was something I was going to say. Oh yeah, we had a fire here the other day. Not in our house. No. There is a old school called Moira House. And from our house, you could see the sky was all orange. We're like, it's a bit orange down there. And there was all the smoke and you could smell it. Yeah, apparently some kids went in there and set fire to it. Naughty. I mean, I know it was abandoned, but what if there was people in there? What if there was animals in there? I just don't understand it. I would never have even thought of doing something like that when I was younger. Never. Like, I mean, the only thing that I did... What did I do? Well, actually, no, I did do some naughty things when I was younger. I used to steal Barbie dolls all the time. Like, I would go into Woolworths. I'm not joking. I'd go into Woolworths and go, I like that one. Stick it in my backpack. I'd bunk off school practically every single day. I stole Barbie dolls. And what else did I do? Oh yeah, I used to take it in turns with my sister to go and sneak into the pub while we bunked off school. And we would go to the cigarette machines and we would quickly put our coins in, get the cigarettes out and then go off. I mean, I probably had inhaled a little bit of one, but I was only about 5, so I doubt that I was even... No, absolutely not. But I did start actually smoking when I was probably about 15. I used to go out on my bike and I'd take a little can of Charlie with me, Charlie spray in my backpack. And I used to go, Mum, going out. And go out on my bike, yes. And I'd go down the shop where I knew I'd get them. And I'd say, pack of 10 Mayfair, the light blue ones, please. And they would sell them to me. And then I'd go off, riding my mountain bike, thinking I was the bee's flipping knees, listening to my music on my headphones, and smoking my Mayfair lights. Like, I was living the dream. I thought I was so cool. looking back on it, you're an absolute dick. A dick. A cheesy one. Yeah, one with pea stains on it that smells stinky and stale, like it's been curled up in its skin, stuck to the sack with old dry pea stains. Yeah, that's what I was. But yeah, I did quit smoking about 6 years ago. Could be more than that. No, 6 years ago I think it is. Yeah, so I'm very happy about that because it's absolutely foul and it smells so. But look at it coming along. I know it's got a shine to it at the moment. This is matte. All right, it's not silk. It is matte. It's because it's still wet. Yes. I'm so unbelievably sad, right? I was sat here the other night and I was going through clips on my phone. Like, I was trying to make some room because my storage is absolute shite. So I'm trying to make room on my phone for my storage. And I was going over all these photos and videos and whatnot of the other night in London. And then I watched someone had uploaded the full Q&A with him. And I was like, oh, I'm going to watch it because I'm going to also hear Jensen ask his question. So I put it on, I watched it, and I was like, I'm going to listen out, because while I was there, I thought he had a little bit of sometimes when he said words that ended with T, it sounded like his tongue was on I sound really nuts, I know, but I'm just, my brain's flowing. So when it flows, it comes out my mouth and you just have to, you get it. Goes from my brain, comes out my mouth, straight into your ears. Yeah. It sounded like when he said words that ended with T, that his tongue would be on the back of his top teeth. And I'm trying to think of how you do it, like intent. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And when I was standing there in the crowd, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I've never noticed that before. I've never heard him do that before. Why is he doing that now? Have I never noticed it before? Because I've not been in front of him. But anyway, I watched this clip, this hour-long video, sorry. And you can hear it in there sometimes. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, that set me right off all over again. I'm like, you man-mate of Swedish goodness. 50% Swedish though. 50% Swedish. Yes. Distraction. Hoovering now. So it's all painted. And I need to wait for that side to dry, but I've just moved everything up slightly because the kids have come back from school. It took me 8 hours to do this side. And Jensen's now going to help me. Look at the piggies bouncing around. Happy little things. He's going to help me and do this little section down here. But as you can see, when I put it together, the skirting boards need to be painted. They really need to be painted. And I don't like the white that just sticks out between the floor and the walls. It's like, it's not giving. It's not giving me what I want visually. So I'm going to change that. But I am thinking about, I quite like the idea of a black and white, you know, that square effect rug on the floor. But then I think maybe I'm swerving away from the look. Maybe I don't know. But is this what it looked like that night? I mean, it's never going to be like showroom perfect to show on YouTube. Like, this is our room after. It's immaculate and look how I've placed everything so perfectly well. It's just, you know, the kids coming from school. They're all chilling. It's the evening and there's still stuff about. But the walls are painted, which was the intent. The fireplace area is painted. Got a few little bits down there which I'm not completing until I've got the skirting boards painted. This is what it's like in the dark with my little witchy candles changing colour in the corner. I love them. 2 of them now. I love them. And yeah, I helped Elliot do his homework, but they've all gone back to school and this is what it's like the next day. You can see that green is really, really nice, but it's not too overpowering for such a small room. The fireplace, I'm really liking that little look at the moment. Really liking that. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it. I just really want to try and flip these lights if I can. I'm on it though. I want to change the door as well. I'm going to have to change the colour of the door. But this is my little penny farthing. Look at it. Look at it swinging there. I want to put that up above the TV. But I want to get something to go on it, like Edward Scissorhands or something. I think that'd be really, really cool. So I'm trying to think of how I can do that, but I'll get it up. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like the paint, and I will see you lovely people in my next one. I don't know what I'm doing next, but I'll have something, and I'll see you all then.